Hello, folks. This is Brother Chris, coming to you today. Wanting to talk about religious people in the church, and the religious people versus the truly saved. And as I was thinking about this, the Lord put the story of the prodigal son, into my spirit. Um, I'm going to read the story of the parable of the prodigal son. I believe it's in Luke 15, um, verses 11 through 32. The story of the prodigal son. You know, you can follow along in your Bibles if you want. Okay. Forgive me for my reading. And he said, there was a man who had two sons. The younger son said to his father, give me the share of the property that is coming to me. And he divided his property between them. Not many days later, the younger son gathered all he had and took a journey into a far country. And there he squandered his property in reckless living. And when he had spent everything, a severe famine arose in the country, and he began to be in need. So he went and hired himself out to one of the citizens of that country, who sent him into his fields to feed pigs. And he was longing to be fed with the pods, that the pigs ate, and no one gave him anything. But when he came to himself, he said, how many of my father's hired servants have more than enough, but I perish here with hunger? I will arise and go to my father, and I will say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Treat me as one of your servants. And he arose and came to his father. But while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and felt compassion, and ran and embraced him and kissed him. And the son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. But the father said to his servants, bring quickly the best robe and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand and shoes on his feet. Bring the fattened calf and kill it, and let us eat and celebrate. For this is my son. This is my son. I said, for this my son was dead, and now he is alive. He was lost, and now is found. And they began to celebrate. Now his older son was in the field, and he came and drew near to the house. He heard music and dancing, and he called one of his servants and asked what these things meant. And he said to him, your brother has come, and your father has killed a fattened calf, because he has received him back safe and sound. But he was angry and refused to go in. His father came out to entreat him, but he answered his father, look, these many years I have served you, and I never disobeyed your command. Excuse me. You never gave me a young goat that I might celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours comes, who has devoured your property with prostitutes, you kill the fattened calf for him, and he has gave and he you killed a fattened calf for him. I'm sorry. And he said to him, son, you are always with me, and all that is mine is yours. It is fitting to celebrate and be glad, for your brother was dead and is alive. He was lost, and now he is found. You have to listen to the two responses. Um, the father, saying, as we know, represents God, and you listen to the two responses of the religious person and the truly saved. The religious person and the truly saved. You listen to the two responses. the truly saved realized his fault and humbled himself and say, he came to God and say, I'm not worthy to be called a son. Treat me as a servant. That response to me was extremely heartwarming. You know what I'm saying? It gave me chill bumps. It made me melt. And the older son is pretty much a lot of your church folks and your religious folks today. They feel entitled and they're extremely jealous. You know what I'm saying? And don't even want to identify themselves with the truly saved, with the truly repentant for some reason. Another good example is the thief on the cross. As you notice, it was all the Pharisees wasn't saved. Jesus said, who can save you from hell? You know what I'm saying? Who can save you from the judgment of hell? I believe that's what Jesus said. But the thief on the cross was truly saved. He was truly repented. You know what I'm saying? He was truly saved. So you had all the Pharisees that's been serving, so-called serving God in the law of Moses, for years. They're burning in hell now. And the thief, he's in heaven. So, folks, the message today is when you go to church or you go somewhere, you know what I'm saying, and don't get impressed when you go to church and you see all these religious folks. Don't be impressed. You know what I'm saying? Don't get scared. You know what I'm saying? God sees them as he sees the son, the older son, and the Pharisees. That's how God sees them. And when you go in there, I went to a lot of churches, you go in there, it's a cold feeling. You know what I'm saying? A lot of jealous, religious, and people that feel like they're entitled to something just because they try to follow the law. Or just because they call themselves tithing every weekend or every Sunday. Well, folks, that's all I got today. You know what I'm saying? Be blessed.